What's an internal audit plan? An internal audit plan, sometimes called a risk-based plan, details the internal audit function's priorities, or in other words, the annual engagements or reviews performed for the year. We'll provide recommendations from the IIA on how to establish this plan. How do you create an internal audit plan? Generally, the internal audit director or chief audit executive, in most Utah governments this could be the Audit Committee, consults with senior management, the governing body, and its financial expert to obtain an understanding of the entity's statutory requirements, policy objectives, and associated risks and controls. So what are the steps? First, the Audit Committee identifies the entity's reviewable areas, which may include accounts, such as accounts payable, departments, such as utility billing, procedures, such as an asset capitalization policy, systems, controls, and many other possibilities. It includes audits requested by management or required by regulators. The reviewable areas list is updated at least annually. Second, the Audit Committee identifies and assesses risks. A risk log is created. The log describes each risk, its impact and likelihood, and the risk score, impact times likelihood, and records planned responses if the event occurs, preventative measures, and a risk ranking. Risk examples include the risk that cash receipts are stolen due to inadequate separation of duties, or the risk of entity liability due to police firearms being stolen and used in crime due to inadequate controls over physical assets, such as locks, cameras, security logs, as well as a surplus property policy. Ranking risk can be simplified via a risk map. To prioritize limited internal audit resources, the Audit Committee undertakes the following analysis. Risk D is prioritized over Risk C because D is more likely with the same impact. Risk C is prioritized over Risk A because C is more likely with the same impact. Risk C is prioritized over Risk B because C has a higher impact with the same likelihood. However, choosing the higher priority between Risk B and Risk A is a matter of professional judgment based on the governing body's priorities. If the risk with higher likelihood is more concerning, Risk B will rank higher in the plan. If the risk with higher impact is more concerning, Risk A will rank higher in the plan. Third, the Audit Committee actually drafts the internal audit plan. It should include each engagement, or audit or review, the reason for selecting the engagement, such as risk or the time elapsed since the last audit, and each engagement's objectives and scope, including FTE hour estimates. Remember, the internal audit plan should be approved annually by the governing body. See the IIA and GFOA recommendations on the internal audit function and plan for more detailed information, and download a sample internal audit plan on the Local Government Resource Center's templates page.